Colm Ahern, Doom is a video game. Have you heard of it?
I have heard of it, but Adam, I'm not sure if you're aware. I'm quite young and handsome.
I knew about the first one.
Because of being so young and handsome with my boyish good looks, Doom, it's a little bit before my time, but I'd imagine you have a more experienced seen your face than me, so you probably remember. Doom.
I loved the original. I loved Doom generally, and I actually didn't think the third one was actually that bad. I didn't think it was as good, but I didn't think it was that bad. But this is the just Doom. It's called Doom closed beta, which is weird when you're allowed to stream it and show it, but it's a closed beta, and you've played this, and I've played the multiplayer of Doom, New Doom. Are we calling it New Doom? I don't know.
I suppose Doom. Will we just go with the given name and just say
that feels
Doom?
Weird to me because it's
I know.
So is it a reboot? I don't know. I don't know if it matters because we don't know really. We're playing the multiplayer where there are two modes: Warpath and Deathmatch, of which I played Deathmatch and I quite enjoyed it, but felt different. You know.
I felt it kind of feels quite different to modern multiplayer games, modern multiplayer first-person shooters, because I felt it's kind of now again you'll be able to attest to this much more than I will, but the characters kind of feel a bit I suppose slower, a bit heavier, rather than say the kind of the multiplayer gameplay of like a Titanfall, which has been popularized, and like say Call of Duty has taken that now. I'm trying to think of other ones, but it's that very much fast paced. Fucking everything is going kind of a mile a minute. This is why I mean it's. I suppose I wouldn't call it, maybe sluggish is a bit harsh, but it does feel a bit more measured in the gameplay.
Okay, see, I didn't actually have that similar experience. I found it. I mean, this may be going over your head. I don't know if you played these games, but the game it reminded me of is two games really that haven't been around for a while now. Is Quake and Unreal Tournament. They were like these really, really fast games. Like I think they were probably doing, higher frame rates, but before it was de rigueur. It was the thing for those games. Like Quake was just great, and early Quake, and Unreal was this really fast paced, sort of bulky shooter with like space weapons and stuff, and I feel like this is that in a good way, because that's kind of not the popularist shooter, as you say, like Titanfall, Call of Duty, and I suppose on the other end of the spectrum, Battlefield, nearly said front, is the slower paced thing, but still kind of realistic military. Doom is
monsters and fucking.
It is monsters, yeah. I mean, it's colourful as well for a start, because it's kind of industrial, and there's like, I don't know what maps you've played, but there's like lava and stuff, and it's Doom. It looks like Doom,
Yeah, very very much so. I played. I think it's 2 maps. But it is quite colourful. Industrial is a word that even as I was playing last night, it goes, industrial. That's what this is. That's a good word. I must make sure I say that tomorrow now to Adam. Because even in the music, it's like proper. It's proper 9 Inch Nails. Fucking,
that's Doom.
It's really but in terms of the gameplay itself and the maps, the maps are. This is a complete kind of oxymoron here, right? But the maps, I felt, they're kind of tight enough in that you never feel like you're going around the map for too long without seeing someone, but they're also like, I suppose there's a little bit of verticality to the maps.
Yeah, you can climb up stuff, can't you?
Yeah, to kind of allow you to get kind of vantage points and things like that. But yeah, I feel like the map's quite balanced in terms of.
Well, the thing is that, see, this is the weird thing when you say like you feel slow, and although I think you sort of corrected yourself there, because I'd say the maps are of that size where, because you're running around so quickly, that's kind of why, like, you die, but you're straight into the battle again because you're kind of legging it in. Because I've again, very very early days, but I thought that the weapons seemed pretty well balanced as well.
Yep. Yeah, there's the kind of a lightning gun. There's the shotgun, obviously, which is synonymous with Doom. What is it? There's kind of a rocket launcher, and they all very much kind of serve their purpose because, as I'm sure you'll be seeing from the footage, I'm not the best Doom player in the world, but I try, Adam, and God loves a tryer.
It's the thing is it's a game. Well, the beta suggests. Colm, it really felt like Quake to me. Like, and I don't know if that means anything to you. That to me, it's like sparking nostalgia, but I don't know.
How come to you it feels more like old Quake than old Doom?
Because although the written, well, that's the thing. I suppose I am thinking more of the most recent Doom, which I thought was a little bit slower paced, whereas the other Dooms, the original Doom, you got to remember you couldn't look up and down,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why. It felt like Quake to me, but that's a good thing because the original Quakes were amazing, like amazing games at their time. The thing I wonder is if that. Again, I'm not saying it is Quake, but the old Doom, the old Quake, the old Unreal Tournament games, they kind of died out, and the popular thing is Call of Duty and Battlefront and Battlefield and Titanfall, and that's I wonder how this will do, because initially, obviously, it's going to be a wave of nostalgia. People are going to be like, oh yeah, Doom's Doom. Well, maybe they will. Maybe the modern generation of gamers don't have any affiliation with Doom or any affection whatsoever.
I think there definitely is some attraction to younger players here because of.
See, you say younger players, that you're talking 18 and up, because anyone under that should not be playing Doom.
Look, come on, let's.
I know. I mean, look,
what age were you when you were playing Doom? You probably shouldn't have been playing it.
I mean, we're getting away from it here because, the thing is what I think it actually plays very well, but it also plays differently. Like it's yes, you're still shooting, you're still running and jumping and shooting and killing, but it plays differently enough that it feels unique again. My thing is, will that carry it long term? I mean, again, this is probably who knows what the single player is.
I think potentially, single player we don't know, but here, team deathmatch. Since the dawn of time, everyone knows what that is.
Yep.
The Warpath I find interesting. I didn't take to it as much as the simplicity of
so what is it?
Of team deathmatch. Warpath basically kind of King of the Hill style game mode.
Why do games do this? Why not just call it King of the Hill? We all know what that is. Well, a lot of games do that. They try and call it their own thing. Just call it what it is.
But I'm sure. Battlefield called it something else as well, didn't they, or something?
Yeah.
But there's. See, I suppose it's a little bit different in that there's one capture point on the map, but it moves, so it's constantly.
Sounds like what was that mode in Gears? Oh. Go on, I can't remember. But there was a mode in Gears where it was like that. As a big circular ring, you had to go and capture, get inside, and then it would shift to somewhere else on the map.
That's exactly what happens here. But it's kind of, I think in Gears, did it actually disappear and go somewhere else, or did it just gradually move? Because here in Warpath, the point actually just you can see it on the floor. It's just kind of slowly kind of moving circle, around the map.
And once the 60 seconds, I think, timer ran out, it would just disappear and move to the next location, which you had to fight over to get into and then defend, kind of thing. It's fun.
Right,
I like that mode.
Yeah. Here it just stays. Even when you capture it, it just stays. So someone come along, try and capture it, so you have to defend it. Again, I mean, it's quite fun. Why not just call it King of the Hill so we all know what it is? I don't know. But it's Again, it's a beta, and I didn't get to play the alpha from a couple of months ago. You got to play that as well as this, and it's. I think there is potentially legs here, because I think it's obviously going to pull in the heartstrings of a lot of players, and I think there is something here for younger kind of players who may have never played a Doom before, because it does. It feels different. It's not kind of copy and paste of your modern shooters.
It's definitely different, and it's certainly a fun game. I felt from what I suppose in a preview sense. What I played of it was definitely fun. Because I wouldn't call myself a big multiplayer shooter guy anymore, but it was definitely fun, and it was also quick and pick up and play enough that it did feel at home in a modern era.
That's one thing I will say. Yeah, that's one thing I will say again, having never played a Doom before. There's very little learning to it. You know, it's a shooter. There you go. Work away.
Kinda.
So yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you want to see more, I'm sure we'll have more at some point. Otherwise, go to patreon.com/GodIsAGeek, where you can support our content and us basically. And otherwise, obviously, go to godisageek.com for all the latest in video game news world thing. He's been Colm_Ahern on Twitter. I'm at GBSF, and thanks for watching. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Should have backed the God is a Geek Patreon.